Hey Crush, I'm gonna make a video this week. Got a few things to talk about. So I'm gonna make a quick video, probably not too quick, but a video for this week. I'm gonna have a newsletter coming out to talk about some of the dates coming up. So just some announcements. One, Halloween's this Tuesday, it's coming Tuesday. So no 5:30 or 6:30 class, that includes barbell. So only a 4:30 CrossFit class on Tuesday. And wear those costumes, see if you can win some prizes. November 11th, I put out the link on Instagram stories, Facebook stories today, and I'll put it in the Facebook group. But register for Chad. Chad is 1,000 box step-ups. It's on Veterans Day. Chad Wilkinson took his own life. He was a Navy veteran, so that's near and dear to our heart. For those that don't know, I have the sign up here. Mike Archer painted the gorilla at the old gym that's on that sign. He was Army, and unfortunately, he took his own life. So Chad's a great fundraiser. Register on the CrossFit.com. I think you get a t-shirt, and then the money that they raise goes towards helping veterans so they don't commit suicide. So great cause. That'll be on November 11th. We'll have class at 8 a.m. We'll do a really quick warm-up and just turn people loose. So if you want to get it a little bit later and start at like 8:30, you can. Don't go showing up at like 10:30, please, or 9:45. But we'll stay open as long as we need to do your 1,000 step-ups. I think a good time is like an hour. I think I've kind of seen them in passing over the years. This workout's been around since like 2012 or 2013. I've seen them in passing throughout the years, and I think good times are like the 45 to 50-minute range. I think. I'm not positive, but we'll stay open as long as it needs to get those step-ups done. Lastly, the Christmas party, Crush Christmas parties on December 9th. It'll be at 6 o'clock here. We'll do a potluck white elephant just like we do every other year. It's a lot of fun. Leave the kids at home if you can. It's a kind of an adult night. We'll have alcohol in here. We'll be drinking. Just meant to have a lot of fun. I'll do my CrossFit Crush member awards for the best members of the gym. We'll do that, hand out some prizes and stuff like that. It's a really good time. I'm gonna see if I can talk Ron into doing his comedy routine. So again, no classes on Tuesday after 5:30 and 6:30, including barbell. November 11th is Chad. December 9th is our Christmas party. Put those on your calendar. Really quick also, before I forget, the winners, we had a really good month for attendance. I talked about it in my last video. If you want to make a change, you need to probably come at least 3 times a week. Ideally 4. If you can swing 5, let's do 5. But if you come a lot, you also want to see the change. You'll see the progress. Whether it's a transformation in your body, whether it's lifting more weight, whether it's getting your first pull-up, whatever the case is, you'll see some change. If you come once or twice a week, it's going to be hard to see that change. To that end, if you attend 20 classes in a given month, you win $25 off your next month's membership. And we had a lot this month. We had Allison and Andrew Ebert, both did it. Babs, David, Deanna, Derek, Eric Lee, Aaron, Haley, Jason K, Jeremy, Jess S, Kayla, Max, Miguel, Nathan, Ricky, and Yesenia. This is kind of projecting at this time. Those are all people with 18 or more classes this month, thinking they'll come Monday and Tuesday. That list of people there is more than likely we'll see Monday and Tuesday. Some of them are already over 20 for the month, by the way. Some of those are already over 20 for the month. The winner for $25 off their next month is Deanna. Deanna wins. She won the little spiel, the spin wheel thing. She won that. She gets $25 off for next month. I'll credit her account. Nice job. Keep it up. I'll update the 225 later. I'm going to start back here in my video because a couple things. One, we've had these for a while. These orange cubbies. We've had these since the old gym. They were built for us. I am getting rid of these. I am getting rid of these hopefully today. There's a lot of stuff on here, mostly like barbell stuff, which is fine. That stuff's fine on here. What I'm going to do in place of this is over here, I'm going to put like an IKEA cubby thing, ideally. If all goes well, I'm going to get that a little bit later. I'm going to put that here. I'm going to get rid of those hurdles. We just don't use them enough. They just take up space, so I'm going to get rid of those. And I'm going to put a cubby there. On that cubby, I'm going to put some strip of masking tape. Write your name on that masking tape. That is your cubby. So if you want to leave stuff at the gym, that is quite all right. Write your name on there and it'll be your cubby. You can store whatever you want in there and you can leave whatever you want in there. But put your name on it, please. Because when we moved from the last gym, we had stuff left in these cubbies. I didn't know whose they were. And I couldn't find any owners. So some of the stuff just got given away or thrown out. So if you could please put your name on it, that'd be great. That way I just know that, hey, if the stuff's been sitting there for a while and member X is not even a member anymore, I can reach out to member X and say, hey, you left some shoes, you left a jump rope, you left whatever. If you want to come get it, come get it. So that's going to go over here. I'm going to get rid of this, and I'm going to probably buy a little shelving unit of some sort to go here for the sandbags. Speaking of sandbags, the gym equipment fee is almost used up. My last thing to get is the sandbags. I'm getting some other stuff today, hopefully. But the sandbags, I'm gonna get those taken care of, and I wanna get those off the floor and clean them up. And I'll probably put a little storage unit, or maybe a really short shelf here, something to store that stuff. So that's coming. And the main part of my video, what I'd like to talk about today, is one thing I did buy with the equipment fee is the crossover symmetry. So I just want to talk about this really quick. I've seen a lot of people doing things for their shoulders, which is great. Rotator type stuff. In here, your shoulders can get boogered up real easy. It's not a very well thought out joint, God. You didn't do a very good job there. The way the ball and socket fits and rotates in there, it just can get boogered up real easy. The rotator cuff can get boogered up real easy. So when we do stuff like kipping pull-ups, snatches, overhead squats, stuff like that, you can kind of booger up that shoulder and we can strengthen it. And the crossover symmetry is a great tool for that. In fact, it's kind of gotten to the point where if you look at any Major League Baseball team, they have these for their arms to keep their shoulders healthy. Football teams, anybody does a lot of throwing, it's great for that, because if you do a lot of throwing, you're likely to ruin your shoulder. That's how fragile the shoulder joint is. So just because you're in here doing stuff doesn't mean CrossFit's bad for your shoulder. You just tend to hurt your shoulder for overuse. You can't really strengthen the tendons, but you can make them stronger, if that makes sense. So we can kind of exercise those tendons and kind of thicken them up, so hopefully they're more resilient. And the crossover symmetry is good for that. On here, so the crossover symmetry is this. You'll see these bands hanging up back here. The bands are labeled different weights. I don't know if you can see that. This one says 10 pounds. This one says 7 pounds. This one says 3 pounds. So you can kind of see, and there's two sets. There's one set here and a matching set here. So you use the sets together. There's not really a right or wrong answer. Most of this stuff, you don't really want heavy tension. You want good range of motion, a little bit of tension to kind of strengthen those. It's not really a strength building, a muscle building exercise. It's just to help with that range of motion. On here is a nice card that'll go through various exercises. Most everything's 10 reps, 8 reps, something like that. Some stuff is a static hold. There's also a back side to it. So there's two sides with exercises you can do to help build the shoulder joint. So I'm just gonna demo a couple things really quick. It's back here. It's a great thing to use before and after class. A great thing to use. The fact that I found this and got it for the price I got was a steal. If I can find more of these, I'm definitely gonna get more. They're not cheap, but I'm gonna try to get more. So, things you wanna do with this, like if I get the bands, I'll get some light ones, you kind of stand back. Let me get some better angle. You do stuff like, whether it's rotation type stuff, you'll do this. You can do some directions this way, pull back this direction. There's all kinds of stuff you can do. You can do static holds where you hold it. But again, these bands with the different tensions, are really good for that kind of stuff, great for it. And again, this card has a lot of good exercises that will, you can go through these progressions. There's like 3 or 4 different groups that you can do. Come back here, it'll take you like 5 minutes to do almost all of them. You can go through it real quick. And if you do this once, 2, 3 times a week, so you do it before and after the gym, your shoulders will feel better. They will get stronger. I would love to see a group of people back here using this before and after class. If you have questions, let me know. I'd love to help. But this is the crossover symmetry. It's a great tool, something we should definitely use in here. You know, if you find yourself using like the red bands and anchor them to the rig and doing, like I've shown a lot of people, the rotator cuff kind of things, or the ones where you take it and kind of swing it open, that kind of stuff. This does that. The crossover symmetry does all of that and does it better. So that's why I bought this. So it's kind of hiding back here. But this way you can use it if you get to, after 4:30 class and 5:30 is going over here, you can come back here and you can do this kind of stuff on your own. It's a great tool, crossover symmetry. Please use it. It's amazing. I know some of you probably watched the video hoping for the workouts. I did not prepare for that. I think the workouts are, I know Friday is a really long EMOM. It's like a 35-minute EMOM with 7 different stations, so it's 5 rounds. It's kind of a bro sesh EMOM. I don't know, I can't think of the workouts. Oh, we have Halloween deck of cards. I know we have Halloween deck of cards coming up. I think Monday is kind of like a cardio day. I'm trying to think of what we lift heavy. I think there's a complex. I know the problem is I can't think of the stuff because I just got done putting all of November's workouts into Zen Planner. So I have all these different workouts floating in my head. So I program a month in advance all the time. So hopefully we get a good variation throughout the month. Hopefully we hit the various movements throughout the month. Hopefully we don't, like if I did it every week at a time, before you know it, I might have went 5 or 6 or 7 weeks without doing any box jumps, for example. If I do a month at a time, I can look at the entire month and say, oh, we haven't done any push press. We haven't done any back squats, whatever the case is, I can put that stuff in. So I usually do a month at a time. As it gets to the holidays, it's kind of tough because we have to do the holiday type workouts. But so I'm sorry if you watched the video for the workouts. I guess you have to come next week to find them out. Have a good week, Crush.